gaining all sorts of rating points. But she's a tough opponent, and well, they are playing the Sicilian once again. Jovanka. Now the colors are reversed. What do you think? Do you think that Anastasia, the women's world rapid champion in 2023, do you think she's going to strike back here with the white pieces?
Well, I think she has to. She has to at least draw the game so that she can just settle her nerves and then just deal with the changing time control, because this is the last game of 5 minutes plus 1 second. Then it decreases to 3 minutes, and then finally in bullet, anything can happen. Wow. G4. There's no beating around the bush here. The pawn goes all the way up to G5. Knight has to step back.
Or B4.
Oh, now hang on a second. She's going to go B4.
You attack me, I attack you. It's not just a game for one. And this looks bad for white. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, you take on F6, I take on C3, and I don't think this is a trade that white really wanted.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, maybe she sacrifice the pawn then? Go move the knight. I don't want to go knight to E2. Go knight A4. Knight D5. Ooh, 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 ooh. The fireworks have exploded on the board.
Oh my goodness, I don't even understand what's happening. I do get it. Pawn takes knight. Ooh, no.
No. I was thinking knight takes E4, but okay. What's happening here?
I was completely with you, because this looks like trouble, and white's just taking over completely.
Oh my goodness me. Rook A7, and now you can take on E4, and the king has to run. Or maybe you can go bishop E6. No, but bishop E6, you've got queen to D4.
Oh, goodness.
Robert, problems.
And she plays in.
Oh, she plays queen D4 immediately. That's fine, because after knight C6, maybe you can take on E4 then, and force the king to go walkabout.
Like, this feels tricky, and maybe they're tactically still working for white. We see the evaluation bar suggesting that white's made good moves. But you know what I mean, Jovanka? It's the same position where white sure is better, and then black gets counterplay, and white's position could be in some danger.
Okay, knight C6. Okay, now my initial thought was to go pawn takes pawn. And play some random stuff here. If the knight takes queen, you take the rook and you promote. But the white king is in this. Okay, that's actually happened. Knight takes c2. This is just pandemonium on the board. Knight takes a1. Development. Bishop h6. I want to get developed. Knight takes knight. Something needs to be done.
This is so smart. And if Alua had seen bishop h6, she probably wouldn't have taken this rook on a1 and tried for some trickiness, because this is not tricky at all. This is game over. Because if your best move is something like, can't even go king e7. That works in the bishop g4. This is done.
Yeah. You have to go king d7.
But then it's
can you try to do some weird stuff? Like, no, because if you go rook e7, hang on a second. Let's count the material. I'm doing this queen e7.
Extra piece for white after queen takes bishop takes f8 is probably
bishop takes f8.
Wait,
rook g1.
I didn't even see the move. Like I was like, wait, what's going on here? Why is it black's time that's going down? It happened so fast. Oh,
rook g8. Oh no, it's just gone horribly wrong. It's a beautiful miniature there from Anastasia. Rook g1, rook g8, inviting everyone to the party. There's no hope. Any room for any potential tricks?
No. I asked you the question, Jovanka, if you thought Anastasia could get it done. I did not expect her to win it like this. I thought, of course, she had a chance, but this is a demolition.
Yeah, it's just brutal. Absolutely brutal. The problem is that this knight on a1 is hanging at the end of all the lines. So if yes, you can go bishop to e6, and maybe you can carve out some safe-ish home for yourself on d7. But the knight on a1 is hanging, at the very least.
So I would exactly take bishop f8. If the queen takes, there's also rook g8 winning the queen. So white just winning the house.
Yeah. Wow. Clinical.
I don't even see a plan.
You don't have a good bishop takes b3 check. Okay, well this is a nice intermediate move. A takes b3. I must admit I kind of missed these types of checks. And yeah, you still can't go queen takes bishop because of rook to g8. Queen e6. Well, you do have bishop c4.
Looks very good.
Looks good.
Winning.
Absolutely. Yeah. d5 maybe. Okay, queen to f5 played. No threats whatsoever for black. So
I have to say, though, Alua at least is keeping this moderately interesting. Many other possibilities would have just allowed trades to happen in the game to be won. But maybe there's a check on f3 that white needs to casually be scared about.
yeah, but you do have moves like queen to b8, and the queen f3 is just a check because you can go king c1.
That's true.
Okay, queen to d4, even better. Cover all your bases, and that poor knight on a1 doesn't have much of a life.
So here's where you try to catch your opponent in a pre-move, even though white has plenty of time. Check, king c1, play queen takes b3, which is completely losing, but hope that your opponent's pre-move bishop takes b3, and that way you get a fork.
Yeah. You could also try by going queen takes f2. I hope that they pre-moved king c1.
It sounds like we're joking, but if I'm being serious for a second, when you're completely hopelessly lost on the board, like Alua is now, sometimes you do something like that just because your opponent takes for granted that there are no resources, and this is just checkmate in the next turn.
Absolutely. And Anastasia strikes back. She wins with the white pieces.